Good day, everyone. Okay, now I'm making this video about this EBL battery charger and batteries. Now I've always had rechargeable batteries, but I kind of got out of them a few years ago. There was always issues, but we'll get into that. So I picked up this charger here, and I'm not endorsing this product. I haven't used it long enough, but I did do testing. I'll tell you a few details. But this is the unit here. And one of the reasons I chose this one, it's supposed to be a smart charger. There's different levels of smart chargers. It depends how much money you're spending. They're different. We'll talk about that. But this particular one by EBL, the reason I chose it, well, you can do eight batteries, and it also has 2 USBs, which is a good feature. I really, there's always a shortage of USB ports around here to charge up things these days. And they're pretty standard ports, 5 volts, and the output, I believe, for each one maximum is 1.55 amps. Now, I've charged my iPads on here. The iPad charger, though, it's a little bit different. It's at 5.1 volts, and the output is 2.1 amps. So this will charge in most cases, but there are some circumstances where it basically will maintain the power, which is not a bad thing, because you don't want USBs putting out way too much power that the device was not designed for. So most devices are designed for, around 2 amps going in at, 5 volts or 5.1. And many other devices, though, are rated at normally like 1 amp. So, with this 1.5, it's kind of like a middle ground. So I can appreciate that. I think that's a good idea. Charging batteries really fast and putting a lot of current into them isn't always the best. But anyways, let's move on. So when you buy this, here's the charger. I mean, it looks nice. It has the back is open, and it has a little bit of an air gap here, so air can flow up. I think that might help cool the batteries or keep them a little bit cooler, so they're not confined in an area. And it's pretty standard. As I said, there's different kinds of smart chargers. This one is dependent. You need to put in each slot. It does the double A's here. You have to have 2 in at the same time. And just as, just like the triple A's, these ones also work in it. So it's for AAs and triple A's. They fit in like that. When they're charging, they say red, but the lights are actually orange. I'm not going to plug it in because you won't be able to see it on the video very well with the lighting in here. And then when they do get charged up, they turn green. And one of the tests I did to find out if this was kind of a smart charger, I put in different batteries with different levels of charge, and I notated what their charge level was. And it seems, ones that were charged up, it did turn them off earlier. The other ones that were discharged took a lot longer. Generally speaking, it was about, a battery that was fairly charged up would only take maybe half an hour and it would turn green. Very low charge batteries, kind of like in about the 4-hour range, possibly a little bit longer, but generally speaking, I'm going to say like 1 to 4 hours. Very reasonable. You don't want to charge batteries really fast, so that was fine. Now the next thing is, as I said, this is like a lower cost charger, and you can get pretty fancy smart chargers that have many other specifications when they're looking at the battery and its health in general. So this one's very basic. There's some chargers that have displays, and you don't need to have the batteries in pairs. It will actually charge individual batteries. Now, if I had some extra money, or if I wanted to go up a scale, yeah, I would get one that understands each individual battery when it's charging. That can come in very handy. But again, it's all about price, how much money you want to spend. And let's see, what else can I tell you about it? Oh yeah, these batteries. Yeah, this is the important part. I'm going to get into this. I'll go to the computer and we'll do a little bit of an explanation, but the short version is that I don't know if this is really new or if it's changed in the past few years, but there's batteries that are called high discharge batteries and low discharge batteries. These, you can get two different types, but these are low discharge batteries. And I actually feel nowadays, maybe it wasn't so several years ago, one of my biggest issues with rechargeable batteries, I'd have them all charged up. And, you know, I would use something and maybe in a month those batteries would be dead, say in like a controller or something like that. And then you go get some batteries and of course they're pretty much discharged. You'd have to charge them again. So these ones, the low discharge, are supposed to be able to sit around for almost a year and they'll still have about 85% capacity in them. So, I mean, I'm all for that. And at one time people used to dispute, yeah, but the high discharge ones are good for items that are really power intensive. But it seems to me that that idea is kind of going out the window these days. So that was a big frustration. That's why I went with these ones. I don't know, you can put some comments down below. As I say, I think things have changed quite a bit in the past few years, a little bit with some of this technology, but could be wrong. But I really want to, we'll go over to the website online and we'll talk about this a little bit more. Okay, depending on where you're going to purchase your batteries, there is an actual site, EBLofficial.com. They have all their information, all kinds of products on here, so do some looking around. The biggest issue that I found, especially on here, I did purchase these off of the Amazon site. Prices are all comparable, no big issue there. There are many different chargers, and you know, if you're into C cells, D cells, or if you're mostly using double A's, triple A's, the biggest thing I came across, they just have too many variations. It just gets too confusing, and you might end up getting something that you didn't really want. Meaning, there's one here that looks pretty much like mine, and it will have the same product number, like it'll be an 808. Yet the one that I purchased was an 808U. So, yeah, I mean, that's what, just pay attention to that. I mean, if you want the USB ports and specific milliamp hour batteries, pay attention to what you're getting, because, like, these are 2800, no USB. And depending, it might be a combination of triple A's and double A's, or it might be all double A's or all triple A's. So if you want a combination of the two, make sure you know what you're looking at. And then the other thing is, as I said, like this one, this looks like a really good deal. Well, this looks like all triple A's, but they have a lower rated double A also. Let me find that one. Yeah, they have this one here. No USB, but the double A's are 2300. So I'm just saying, like, pay attention to what you're buying. Make sure you're getting what you want. As I said, this is the one that I got, the 808U. I believe anyway, but double check it when you're, depending on what site you're on. We'll just take a peek here. And I'm just running through this stuff here. The only other thing that I can add on to what I was talking about, if you're talking about smart chargers, in theory, what they have is called a delta intelligence, which basically, when a battery reaches a certain charging point, the charger will know to shut it down. So it charges up to a certain point, then there's a voltage fluctuation there. It understands that, then it will stop charging. And the other thing that was interesting, which I just actually found out right now, is that the USB outputs, they're different. There's two ports. One is 5 volts, which is standard. They're both 5 volts, but the first USB is 5 volts at 1 amp output, and the second one is 5 volts at 2.1 amps. So depending, it's very important. If you're charging like an iPad, check on the iPad charger, the original one. See what its output is. Usually they're 5.1 volts at around 2 amps. So that'd be suitable for that. Smaller devices, make sure you get it into the right slot. They don't clearly mark it on the charger. And I don't have anything that I can completely verify, but they have different outputs. So that's something to pay attention to. Anyways, just wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful. Do some investigating. Please give me a thumbs up if this was helpful. And subscribe, because I have a whole bunch of good videos about all kinds of things. A lot of automotive stuff, product reviews, etc. So check it out. Have a great day. Come back for more. Oh, and leave a comment. If there's a specific type of battery that you've used or certain chargers that you are really happy with, share it with everyone. Let's get the best thing for everyone here. That's what my videos are all about. I'm not promoting a specific item here, and I want to hear from you. Have a great day.